Hey everybody, welcome back to Gam Gam's Cottage. It's great to be here with you. Thanks for joining me. Yesterday we finished the medium-sized Dreamer Designs canvas, and today I pulled out a tiny little canvas that I had gotten off Shein in one of my first diamond art hauls, and I did a video about that going back. And it is the Virgin Mary. It's a 20 by 30 little diamond art painting with 19 colors and round drills. And I have started it just this afternoon. And I'm working away at it while I listen to watch The Chosen on Amazon Prime, which I highly recommend. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get all this done tonight or not, but guess what's coming tomorrow? Tomorrow is the large Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix canvas from Diamond Art Club. I'm supposed to get it tomorrow. So, tomorrow night, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be opening that Big Daddy up, and I'm going to be kitting up, and I'll go through that with you, the canvas. And I cannot wait to start on that. Now I'll probably end up finishing Mary somewhere along the way. But I am super excited about that, and I hope that you are too. I already know the spot right on my wall over there that I'm planning to put it, so that every time someone comes in the door, they can see it. So how about that? Pretty nerdy. Anyway, tonight, while I'm working away in hyperlapse, I'm going to also do a voiceover of the 7 ways that diamond art is similar to the ancient art of mosaics. So super excited about that. I did a little research and I thought about it a lot, and I just want to share that insight with you. And I'm going to be doing more of those as the months roll on. Just spreading my wings in this channel and kind of feeling my way through it and trying to bring God in everywhere that I can as well. So I couldn't do that without you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me your time and attention. I really appreciate it. Take care. After some reflection, I have compiled a list of 7 ways that diamond art and mosaic art are similar. I realized I like diamond art so much because, in part, it reminds me of mosaics from ancient times. I've always loved mosaics. Mosaic art had humble beginnings and never endings, so it lasts virtually forever. From the walls of grand cathedrals to the floors of ancient villas, the art of assembling small tiles into mosaics has helped shape the visual history of our world. Far more than just simple decoration, this craft blends engineering, art, and storytelling spanning across centuries and empires. And as I talk about this, I want you to think about diamond art. As I talk about mosaic art, I want you to think about diamond art and how it also is similar. Essentially, mosaic art is a picture or pattern created by arranging tiny pieces of colored stone, glass, or ceramic. Artists set these pieces, often called tesserae, into detailed scenes or geometric shapes to decorate walls, ceilings, and floors. These works were designed to be beautiful, but they also served as a historical record that reflected cultural identity, religious beliefs, and social standing. This tradition began in ancient Greece in the 5th century BC, so that's a really long time ago, 500 years before Christ was born. Early on, artists simply used naturally colored pebbles to create basic geometric designs. Over time, techniques grew more advanced, and artists began making intricate scenes of mythology, daily life, and nature. Because these early Greek creations were often made for floors, they successfully combined everyday utility with lasting artistic beauty. The Romans elevated this art form by using a wide variety of colored glass pieces, allowing for much greater depth and vivid detail. They decorated private homes, public baths, and temples with scenes of gods, gladiator battles, and marine life. Because these works were expensive and time consuming, they became major status symbols. Wealthy citizens used them in their homes to show off their education, wealth, and refined tastes. Uh, this is an example for us is in Pompeii. They know this is true because they're uncovering just phenomenal mosaics that have been um, preserved from the volcanic eruption there. And of course, Pompeii is part of Italy, which was in the heart of the Roman Empire. As time went on, the focus shifted toward the spiritual. Byzantine artists transformed this craft into a tool for worship. They used special glass tiles mixed with gold leaf that beautifully reflected light in sacred spaces. Instead of focusing on earthly battles, these artists depicted religious figures in majestic formal poses or spiritual battles. Placed on church domes and walls, these shimmering artworks were meant to immerse worshippers in a heavenly atmosphere and celebrate divine light. Now, diamond art, also known as diamond painting, originated in Asia around 2010, evolving from traditional crafts and quickly gaining popularity worldwide. So that's only 16 years, you guys. So we're some of the um, not founders maybe, but we're some of the very first artisans in diamond art. And we can kind of imagine if we stop a moment and think, this is just the beginning of diamond art. What is diamond art going to evolve into? It's believed to have originated in China around the year 2010. It was inspired by other crafts such as cross stitch and paint by numbers, and combines elements of mosaic art with the use of sparkling resin diamonds on a self-adhesive canvas. The modern concept of diamond painting was patented in 2010 by a Chinese company, Guangdong Dezhou Yuming Laser Technology Company Limited. Wow. This innovation involved using resin diamonds on a self-adhesive canvas, which allowed for easier application compared to previous methods that used plastic beads on velvet. Ooh, I love velvet. Even though mosaic art and diamond art have very different origin stories, I find them similar in numerous ways. Since I have always loved the medium of mosaics and tile work, it should be no surprise that I love diamond art. Ways in which they're similar. Number one, pixelated imagery. Both methods break an image down into tiny individual fragments. Up close, the image is abstract, but it visually resolves into a clear, detailed picture when viewed from a distance. I have noticed that with my diamond art projects. I'm a new diamond art painter, but I do marvel at the further away you get, sometimes it just becomes more clear. And that's just part of that medium that we're working on. Number two, the tesserae technique. Ancient mosaics rely on small pieces of stone, glass, or ceramic called tesserae. Diamond art uses similarly tiny multifaceted resin or acrylic beads known as drills. While a tesserae usually only has one face, drills can have up to 20 facets, which are intended to sparkle. The 20 facets is proprietary to Diamond Art Club as they make their own drills, but other companies have anywhere from 7 to 13 facets. However, tesserae could be manipulated in other ways to sparkle, even though they were basically flat pieces of tile. They did use colored glass known as smalty, containing metal oxides, and they have an opaque, slightly irregular surface that brilliantly reflects and refracts ambient light. So sometimes they weren't completely flat, but a little bubbly or bumpy. So that also reflected light. Gold and silver tesserae were used heavily in Byzantine and early Christian art. I did not know that. These were crafted by sandwiching a thin sheet of real gold or silver leaf between two layers of molten glass. This technique gave them an ethereal, glowing quality in candlelit spaces. Master artists, particularly in the Byzantine era, would not place the cubes flat. Instead, they angled the tesserae slightly in wet plaster so that each one caught and reflected light at a slightly different angle, maximizing the shimmering effect across the entire surface. So that's not unlike our current drills, right? Because they were working with basically flat pieces, but we're working with pieces with depth and facets. So our drills are necessarily going to sparkle more, whereas they were going more for expanse and maybe color. We are going more for smaller space, but more sparkle. Grid-based construction is number 3. Just as traditional mosaicists set their tiles on a predefined grid or into wet plaster, diamond painters lock their beads into specific grid squares or circles on an adhesive canvas. So whereas they used wet plaster, we use moist glue. Number 4, fascination with light. Romans and early Byzantine artisans used glass and gold leaf tiles to catch and reflect natural light, making surfaces shimmer. Diamond drills are explicitly designed with multiple facets to mimic this jewel-like luster and sparkle when hit with light, and there are light and dark themes in both mosaics and diamond art. Mosaics typically had your off-white background because that was a common stone that they had in that area to work with. And diamond art, of course, comes in all colorways, but I am especially drawn to the light and dark themes, such as the magnolias and moonscape. It's got that chiaroscuro colorway going on, or theme. Number 5, repetitive meditative process. Both art forms are notoriously slow and deliberate. The repetitive mindful placement of thousands of tiny pieces creates a relaxing state that reduces anxiety, and most people that do diamond art do endorse this feeling that it does reduce anxiety. Now, that will change if you're trying to do diamond art and get a lot done, or you're trying to, you have a competition, or you're having a race, or you're having a personal challenge. That can reduce the beneficial effect of the anxiolytic effect, but it's definitely something that most hobbyists testify to. Number 6, mythical themes are common in both art forms. Leviathan, the sea monster, was a favorite subject over 2,000 years ago, while dragons are a common depiction in diamond art today. Isn't that isn't that amazing how we really are the same today as in the olden days? People, the moon and stars, landscapes, and everyday scenes are illustrated in both mediums. And so I think it's really interesting that we love to diamond art paint about dragons and even dark themes, witches and things like that. I think that's kind of similar to the ancient mosaics. Finally, number 7 is long-lasting durability. Mosaics were built to last 4 millennia on floors and walls, while modern diamond art doesn't use heavy stone. The durable resin beads, combined with glue, are intended to last indefinitely without fading or losing their luster. Does this make you feel good as an artist to know that you rank among the ancient mosaic artists? I bet the ancient mosaicists would love to diamond paint with us today. What do you think? Do you think of diamond art as a more noble craft, knowing that it compares with ancient mosaic art? Let me know in the comments.